Welcome back to another episode of taking Weezing to the top of the ranked VGC ladder. Last episode, we ended up moving absolutely nowhere. I was having issues with how the team was playing. I was having issues with how I was playing. So I have made some rather major changes to the team. You'll notice that we now have Chandelure and Arcaladon on the team. I was inspired by that fast Arcaladon we versed. So this is a max speed Arcaladon running the Assault Vest. I've also changed Slacking. Slacking is now running an Adamant Nature. We'll get more into some team changes after this. This does look like a Sun team. I feel like we can afford to just go straight on the offense. We might see a fake out from their Incineroar, but Sludge Bomb from Weezing is just a surefire way to kill the Whimsicott. So even if the Incineroar fakes out our Slacking, we'll pick up the kill. Slacking is no longer Jolly, so that Charizard does outspeed us, which is a bit concerning. I actually think this might be a Chandelure game. Actually, no, it's not. No, it's not. Palafin does do work. That Primarina is looking like a bit of a problem. So we're definitely going to see that Primarina, so we need to use Slacking to remove it. Outside of that, I think that Chandelure may be our best bet, honestly. Actually, there's a lot of special attackers, and our Arcaladon is running Snarl, so I think we'll go Arcaladon. So, the Chandelure is Eject Pack Overheat. It is Terra Fire, so it can just drop a huge Overheat, and I can use it as a pivot point, similar to how I can use my Incineroar as a pivot. But we're just going to go for full offense. Hopefully they bring out something that we can threaten with a one-shot. They do have the Rillaboom and the Whimsicott. I think that we're just going to be quite content to go straight up for the attacks. The Sludge Bomb, if it doesn't Terra, will be a one-shot. If he doesn't fake us out, this is another one-shot. You'll also notice that Slacking is no longer running Drain Punch. There's too many ghost types that I just couldn't hit, and if they didn't go for an attack, there's nothing I can do. So, this is just a good old-fashioned full aggression start. Weezing should pick up the one-shot on the Whimsicott. The Weezing's not threatened by anything here. And outside of the fake out from Rillaboom, we're not really threatened here either. Whimsicott does protect. This will be a clean one hit on the Rillaboom. We are faster. And we hit like an absolute truck. Doing the calcs, because Slacking's base 160 attack, the Adamant Nature actually goes a very long way into damage. It means that Ursalunas are now a roll when full bulk, and the roll is strongly in our favour, rather than being slightly in our favour. It does mean other things like these Rillabooms do just get one shot. This is the thing that we really need to get rid of. We may just go for the Sludge Bomb first. I feel like the Primarina wants to protect here while they get the Tailwind up. So there's a chance that we may just be able to remove this Whimsicott from play. Like so. I do think Arcaladon can do quite well into the Primarina. Actually, I do think our best play is to double into the Whimsicott slot now. Does get off its Moonblast. We do get off our Double Edge. This way, if this is a Focus Sash Whimsicott, oh no, it's just out. We will lose Slacking here, unfortunately, but Slacking's picked up 2 kills, and Arcaladon can come in and do a lot of work here. I do actually think we might just switch. Oh, there you go. It's a defensive Primarina, but we are... Oh wow, that's a lot of damage from Weezing. And we got the poison. We will bring Palafin in here just for the switch, and we will just protect our Weezing, get in position for this late game. Don't really think they can bring anything in that really threatens us. Yeah, Charizard doesn't really want to be seeing our Palafin right now. They haven't used their Terror. So I do think this is our best place, just to bring our Caledon in. They should Terror this turn, whether it's Primarina tearing into maybe a Steel type, Poison type, for defensive Terrors, or if it is Charizard tearing into a Grass type. I do just think a straight switch is the play. Protect Weezing, because we do want that neutralizing gas to stay in effect. It means that this Primarina can't type Poison and get Water Stab. It will just stay a normal move. Here is a Terror like we thought. It is on the Charizard, and I do believe it's going to be Grass. No, it is just Terrafire. So when we come back in, this Charizard's just a single Jet Punch away from death. A weakness policy Charizard. Interesting to see. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So, very interesting. I do just think I'm just going to go for a Snarl here. If we can clear out the Primarina, in fact, I think this is game no matter what goes on here. So that is a modest Charizard. We know that because our Caledon outsped. Our Caledon only outspeeds because it has to be modest. If it was a timid Charizard, it would outspeed our Caledon. And I think we only outspeed it by 2. No, we don't outspeed it by a lot. Whatever this Primarina throws at us. No, it's just going for light screen. So now it's Charizard versus Palafin, and there is no way for it to win here. We can just Jet Punch forever. Palafin has also changed. Palafin has stayed the fast Palafin. It is still jolly, but we've switched out and we've made it Mystic Water now because I wasn't a fan of locking into moves. I was struggling with that. So, we've started off really well. It was a very good game 1. I do like the stronger aggression. Wasn't expecting the weakness policy Charizard. Very interesting choice. I imagine they're just a Charizard fan. I also imagine that if they get the Sun Up, that's just an incredibly strong combination. There'll be a lot of damage that Charizard will be dishing out. But I am surprised to see that it's not a timid Charizard. Right, battle 1, nice and successful. This brings us back up to the range where if we can get 2 wins today, 2 more wins, we will finally hit that Ultra Ball tier. This is meant to be a series where we bring Weezing to the top. Right now, we're struggling to bring Weezing into Ultra Ball. Alright, this is a Trick Room team. I think the only way for us to stop their Trick Room is to go Weezing and Incineroar ourselves. And then we can double into the Porygon, because the Porygon is the only Trick Room setter. Outside of that, I think Chandelure may put some work in. Actually, our Caledon also does work. We are going to bring Slacking. The knockoff now threatens a Golden Go. We now beat the Ursalunas. And what do we want as last? Chandelure's Overheat doesn't do huge work. Archaludon Snarl is hitting the Golden Go and maybe the Porygon. It is running Draco Meteor and its Terra Dragon, so it does threaten a couple of things with the Assault Vest as well. It actually may be the choice here. I don't think there's a huge amount of room for Palafin, honestly. I guess we'll do another Archaludon game. We'll see how this goes. Trick Room, very strong, but you've seen a few times now that we can very successfully deal with Trick Room. We can stop it being set up in the first instance. Alright, unfortunately we were credited that loss, so I'm not sure what happened there. I've never had an error like that before. So let's hope we get this last match as a win, so we haven't made some forward progress. Actually, we've still got time for 2 more matches, so... Alright, here we go. I guess this is like starting again from the start. Let's hope we get a good match. This does look interesting. I do think this is our first Chandelure game. And I actually think we're going to open Chandelure Weezing. Slacking now doesn't worry too much about the Sinistcha matchup. Previously, it could just Rage Powder and I could never hit it. And final slot, I am thinking Incineroar. It does help us deal with Annihilape. It does help us deal with the opposing Incineroars. I am worried this is just a Trick Room and go kind of team though. If that's the case, I may actually want to open Incineroar. Because if they have a way to get off that, so if they open Incineroar or Sinistcha for example, there's not a lot I can do to stop them setting their Trick Room up. They may still get their Trick Room up anyway, in which case we're going to have to play around that. The Ursaluna is now a damage roll if it is full bulk Ursaluna, so Slacking still stands a very good chance of winning. This will all come down to, I think, the first turn and how our openings pair into each other. If it is one of those really fast Incineroars to then have a really slow parting shot, we may be in a bit of trouble. So we do get the double Intimidate straight off the bat. And I actually think we go for the Will-O-Wisp and the Fake Out into their Dragonite. If they do beat us on the speed tie and they Fake Out Incineroar, Weezing will tank no matter what that thing uses, and a knockoff isn't going to do a lot of damage to us. So I do think we're in quite a good position. So my Incineroar does have a bit of speed behind it. We've now got into quite a favourable spot. And now we can just go for the parting shot into this Ursaluna. And then we're actually going to go into Chandelure. Really interesting attack here is because the abilities are disabled, Chandelure comes in for free. If they can't fake us out, I may change my mind yet. Let's see what this Pokemon is. It is the Sinistcha. Even if it's going for an Earth Power, Chandelure will survive this. And this is also going to give us a free attack this turn. So I do believe we will easily outspeed one shot. That has to be a critical hit. No. So, this is now going to get pretty interesting pretty fast. Surprise, that's a one-shot on Chandelure. So, I do want to get rid of... actually, this actually works out really well. We can now taunt that Sinistra as we fake out into the Ursaluna. And then the following turn, we can then protect and parting shot into Ursaluna again to get our slacking in. More chip damage. Now I do believe we may just see a double switch here. So I kind of want to go on the offense and then pivot. Ursaluna just shouldn't stay in. If it does, we can actually pick up a kill right here, right now. So we might just go for that. Actually, I think I'll go for the protect and then the knockoff. So I take it back again. I think it is just better to get slacking in and start racking up some damage. Even if it's a Blood Moon, that now is a -2 Ursaluna. And unfortunately we did take a fair bit of damage on the way in. We will survive and we will get the kill here. I do actually think knockoff is the better move to use here, so even if they bring in their Incineroar, we're not just going down for nothing. If they switch in Sinistra to try and dodge the double edge, we'll get some very strong damage off here too. So this is going to do a lot of damage to their Sinistra. It's nearly a one-shot. And now I think we're just safe to Sludge Bomb into that slot. And I actually think it may be worth killing the Incineroar. Although that may have been a very bad play if this Sinistry goes for Rage Powder. We should have probably protected, but we will get the kill on the Sinistry either way. It is just a fake out. And that has fully restored Sinistry. So, a poor play on my part. But that Sinistcha is now on a bit of a clock. I do think it's worth staying in, even if they go for the knockoff. I think just getting some more damage off is worth it here, and then we'll pivot maybe next turn. We will take this quite well. Weezing is very bulky, once we don't get the burn here. We are just slowly getting whittled down though. We aren't in a great spot. Unfortunately, losing that Chandelure turn 1 is very surprising. Now the Incineroar has no attack investment, so I don't think Sinistcha is going to get all away from this. Nearly does completely. Alright, that is a very unfortunate game too, as we did get that third game, well that second game loss. This is another loss. Normally we would now be back to where we started, but now we're actually dropping. So, unfortunate matchup, unfortunate match, but it's not over yet. Alright, this could be a Trick Room team, this could be a non-Trick Room team. It's very hard to tell. I do think straight on the offense is another good choice. Slacking will one-shot the Frigoraph and stop Trick Room. They don't have a Fake Out user. We also have the option of hitting into the partner Pokemon and then taunting with Weezing to stop Trick Room as well. Slacking does carry the Sucker Punch, which does do a lot to Typhlosion, so I don't think we're in a bad situation at all. I don't think they're going to want to bring Typhlosion. I do think this is going to be Primarina, Ursaluna, Frigoraph, and maybe Whimsicott. So the question is, how do we go? Weezing and Incineroar could be a very strong opening, because we do still get the Fake Outs while Weezing's on field, and we could then pivot. But I do think the pure aggression from these two is actually the way to go. We can get a very strong Sucker Punch off on that Typhlosion, even if it Terrafires, it'll drastically reduce the amount of damage it does. A lot of special attackers, so I actually think Archaludon is a great choice here. Incineroar in the back. Those Snarls I think are going to go a very long way. Here's Whimsicott Ursaluna. So the downside here is the Whimsicott very well may get the Tailwind off, but we should. We could probably stop the Whimsicott, but then I don't know about Ursaluna. Let's just go full aggression. If we can pick up 2 kills, I think this is our game. Ursulin cannot outspeed Slacking, and this Whimsicott does need a fair bit of speed investment to be faster than our Slacking. Most support Whimsicots are usually bulky and not fast, because they rely on that Prankster. But it is a fast Whimsicott. We are about to take a lot of damage here. We do just lose Weezing straight off the bat, but the rest of the team can function without Weezing, so it's not completely over yet. Turn 1 loafing around, that does not make sense. I think our best way out of this is like this. Well, this looks like it is a done game. Rather unfortunate, but there's not a lot we can do now. I am very surprised. I think I need to go do my Ursulina calcs. That has not gone well. This will knock us down a stage, but I am confident that we can come back and start climbing again. So some very unfortunate matches today. Some very unfortunate luck. Gonna have to look into why Slacking loafed around on the turn Weezing went down. That shouldn't happen. He should attack that same turn. But we'll have a look at it all in the next episode.